Hi, I'm Erin Bassett and this is McKenna, and today we're going to show you how to personalize a gift for Mother's Day. So we started off by having McKenna write out the word that she wanted on the box, which is mom. And then we just place that onto our mat and load it into the scan and cut. And then hit scan, scan to cut data, and start. The scan and cut machine scans the entire mat and then processes it. Once it's finished, it'll show you the scan, and then we're going to pick this middle option, which will cut around the inside and the outside of the letters. And then I'm just going to crop it down by pulling in those arrows. And then hit save. And then it's going to ask me where I want to save it, and I have a lot of options, but I'm going to just save it straight to my machine. And now I'm ready to cut out my word on the vinyl. So I'm going to hit the home button and click OK. And then select patterns and save data. In this case, we saved it to the machine. And then I'll go ahead and find that image. It's the last one we scanned in. And then OK. So there it is up on the screen. And then we'll click on that mat icon and then click on those 3 red boxes, and that will allow us to select everything on the screen. Click OK, and then click the Unify button and click OK. And now you can see we can move all those letters as one group instead of individually. And then I'll just hit OK and unload my mat. I can then remove the paper that's on there and apply the vinyl to it. You can then adjust your cutting blade to the correct setting, and it's been a while since I've cut vinyl, so I'm going to do a test cut first. I'll click the back button that's on the screen and then click Add and Test Cut. And I can select whatever shape I want and set it on my mat. And I like to move it below my design, it's just easier to access. And then I'll click OK, Cut, and Start. So once it's finished doing the test cut, it'll pause so that I'm able to check it and see if I need to continue or stop and adjust my settings. In this instance, I adjusted my blade correctly and it cut just through the vinyl and not through the backing. And now I'm ready to resume cutting. And now I can just unload my mat and take it back to my workspace. To weed out your vinyl design, you just want to grab a corner of the vinyl and gently pull it off. And it should reveal the letters. And you want to make sure you get out the centers of the letters as well. And here's McKenna's original writing, and there it is on the vinyl. So next I'll take a piece of transfer tape and apply it to the top of the vinyl, and use my spatula to burnish it onto the tape. And once you have it on there well, you can go ahead and start peeling it back. If you have any spots that aren't sticking to it, you can just burnish it again to get it to stick. Now I'll just take my design and put it on the glass part of the lid of this jewelry box. And then again, I'll take my spatula and just burnish it onto there. And then I'm able to remove the transfer tape. So the next step is to apply the etching cream, and I like to mask off the sides of my jewelry box just so I'm not getting it all over the place. And I'll just scoop out a big glob of the etching cream. You need quite a bit so that it has a good coverage to it. So apply as much as you need, and I like to use a spatula to just spread it all around, kind of like frosting a cake. Once you're finished applying your etching cream, you need to let it sit for the amount of time that the instructions tell you. And then you can go ahead and remove it. And I like to use my spatula again to just scrape it off, kind of like the reverse of putting it on. And once I've scraped it off, I go ahead and use a baby wipe or a paper towel to remove some more of it. And then you can remove your masking tape from it and finish cleaning it off so that you can take off the vinyl. Once the vinyl's removed, I like to go over it again with some clean water and a towel, and then it's done. For more ideas and inspiration, visit erinbassett.com. And for more information about Scan and Cut, visit scandcut.com.